Good afternoon. This is Woody Collins with Congo Helping Hands, and I'd like to thank you all for coming on the broadcast with me today, and also like to thank those who will be watching later. It's 3 o'clock, and I hope that you are doing okay. So, today we're going to talk about the first day of school in Kananga and what is going on there. Uh, I got an email, some WhatsApp messages this morning, and from our person on the ground over there, and he was telling me what was going on. He had pictures of the kids, all dressed up in their new uniforms for the first day of class, and also he was showing they were putting all the school back in order in Kananga, and this is the school that we had renovated, and that we completed the renovation on two of the classrooms and also painted and did some work on a second building. So they seem to have just got it done in time for the school opening. And but what I was disturbed about was in one of his notes, he said that some of the kids were sent home because of they did not have face masks or they did not have uniform. So I was a kind of a little bit, you know, upset, as anybody would be. Um, uh, can you imagine if your kids are going to school for the first day, and they said the teachers or the principals or the directors sent them back home because they didn't have a uniform on, and also that they did not have masks. One of the things that and the third thing it is that's I guess we can blame it on, if there's anybody to be blamed, is on nature. One of the things that we had already done was we had built two underground cisterns to catch water. However, they all constructed, got pipes running to them and everything. However, it has not rained, and since they finished them, so I know they have gotten a little rain, but so hopefully in the next day or so that it will rain, because that is how they're going to have water to wash their hands and clean up and stuff. Uh, we re- re- we did remodel the toilets and got those latrines all fixed up. So the water is going to be needed that they keep that latrine in a nice condition. It's not a flush toilet, but it's a pit latrine. But they would need to wash off to make sure that nothing get soil and everything like that. So, uh, so I guess on our part is we didn't get it in time enough to get those first rains. It has rained there, but it hadn't rained it since it was completed. But back to the uniforms. Uh, One of the things that which I found but it's the country. Uniforms are required in the Congo, and they're just basically black and white. I mean, black and blue uniforms, blue and white uniforms, and a lot of people make them. And you can hear at this time of the year, I've been over there right before school started, and there people are sewing everywhere uh, to renovate. I mean, to make different uniforms and everything. So, uh, but there's no uniform. So that's a little bit more difficult task. A lot of times they run out of material, uh, because in the Congo you don't buy that many clothes off the rack. most of the stuff that you buy off the rack is used, like our used T-shirts and our shirts that we've sent through Goodwill that wind up over there. So those are the store, and everything else you make, just like this shirt I got on. Uh, Somebody went out and bought the material, and they made the shirt. So and they also make dress pants. They make suits. Everything is handmade over in the Congo. So you got the situation of how these kids going to get uniforms. So number one is you got to have the material. And like I say, they could run out of material, and that would be no fault of, I guess, could be fault of the parents. They wait to the last minute to buy material, and all the material is gone. Or the train comes in late. The plane from Kinshasa that may be bringing in fabric doesn't come in on time. All kinds of things. So, so some kids were caught without uniform. But the other, which is new, is they going to require the kids to try to, as much as possible, socially distance themselves in the classrooms, and therefore they need to be, but I think that's going to be pretty tough because from our looking at the classrooms, when we were looking at the classroom earlier this year, in the old school year, that the classes were overcrowded at that time. So if all those kids return back to school, there is no way that they can socially distance themselves from in the class. But they are required to have masks. So don't know where, we may have to make some masks, and probably have to get some money over there so that they can buy material to make masks again. We made about over 2,000 masks before, but those were adult masks, and we did not think about children needing masks. So now we got to see about getting children masks. Some of the kids did have masks on, so there were some people in town thinking about it, but not everybody thought about it. So it may be a option of just being able to go out and buy some masks that some people have already made. From some of the pictures I saw, uh, it whether those kids had already departed, because I didn't see anybody that was standing up in front of the classroom without a uniform on. But I did see somebody standing up without a mask on. So we're still trying to get the latest on that so that we can try to help those kids out at the school. But I think that's going to be a problem throughout Congo today. A lot of parents may have forgotten that the school wants all the kids to come with masks on. So, and I'm gonna make a last apology. Is the video was not ready to be uploaded today. I will upload it uh, this afternoon. I'll get it ready, and probably we'll look at it tomorrow, and then we'll probably have an update on what's going on over in the Congo, so that we can what we've done. Probably we'll make a decision early in the morning, since they're 6 hours ahead of us and it's 9 o'clock at night. I'll get up early in the morning and see what they have to determine what they want to try to do, and then to kind of go ahead and give them the okay to do that, and hopefully those kids are ready to go to school tomorrow. So thank you for coming on. Sorry I didn't have a video, but we'll get that tomorrow. And if you have any questions on that, please contact me, and we will get some answers for you. But that was kind of disappointing but that's first days like in school, even though we've had problems like that here in the United States. So they had to delay school. So it's not any better in the Congo with limited resources. It's much, much worse. So we will see what happens tomorrow. and how the first day of class went, and try to make some adjustments from there. Uh, but I'm sure that there's a lot of classes in Kananga and also the rural areas. And a final thing that someone had told me that they were required to have is the school was required to take temperatures of all the kids coming to school. I did not see anybody standing up with the the thermometers, the little gun thermometers that they point at your forehead. I didn't see any of those, but that was a big requirement, especially out in the rural areas where they don't have those type of things available. Uh, so it's just trying to get started back in this COVID pandemic is causing problems. Not only you got some problems like the uniforms are traditional problems that happen, but you also have the mass problems, and you also have the taking the kids' temperature. So it's I can just feel for them, because I think we went through the same things over here with a lot more resources. So thank you again for coming on, and we will see you tomorrow. And if you have any questions on what's going on in the schools, let me know, and we'll get answers to you. But it's just one of those situations of working in a resource low country. We'll talk with you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.